Finally, an Apple product that I actually give a shit about. We're going to be reviewing the new Mac Pro stand, and Pro XDR display, so stay tuned.
It's been a while since Apple has released a Mac Pro, but here we go. It's coming this year, hopefully. This Mac Pro, unlike the last one, is fully modular. You can customize it however you want, depending on your work needs. Let's run down the specs. For the processor, okay, so it's Intel Xeon processors, 8 to 28 cores, which is crazy. Up to 1.5 terabytes of RAM. You can buy it with up to 4 terabytes of SSD. I mean, it's a little underwhelming compared to the RAM. For the ports, now it's kind of a little bit disappointing because there aren't too many ports for a Pro machine like this. Now you get 2 USB-A ports, you get 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports, which is pretty good, and then you get 2 10 gigabit Ethernet ports, which is, again, it's good, but that's it unless you get some of the modules which have more ports, like the GPUs. For the base model, that's all you get. Those are all the ports you get. Since this machine is targeted at creators, it would have been nice to see an SD card slot, but you don't get one. Now, another crazy thing about the Mac Pro is you can spec it up with up to 4 GPUs if you choose the option with 2 AMD Radeon Vega 2 Duo graphics cards, which is crazy. It's 2 GPUs on one board, and you can have 2 of those boards, so it's basically 4 GPUs in one machine.
When it comes to design of the actual computer unit, and yes, there is a separate computer unit for this Mac Pro, I mean, it looks really, really, really stylish and trendy. You've got this uniform aluminium chassis with handles made from steel which actually go into the steel frame within the computer, which actually supports all the components. But you've also got these legs which go on the bottom to support the computer off any surface that it's on. What we've heard from the keynote is that you can actually get this unit with a sliding system, so you can put the computer into a rack if you have many, like if you're a large company, or it's just easier for you to slide it into a drawer or rack somewhere. This will be a separate sort of purchase. You might notice that the front of the actual chassis has lots and lots of holes, which make it look quite stylish, but instead of just being for style, that's actually a lot to do with the cooling system of the computer. So it has 3 very substantial fans, which blows air throughout the whole system, and the air exits through those holes. So as you can imagine, the whole system is very well cooled. In general, it's a very solid looking chassis, like every Mac product really. Very sturdy metal product. You won't be disappointed, and it's probably very durable. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
Base price.
I'm back.
Say like the top tier model will probably cost over £40,000.
40.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. One other thing to mention is the price. So the base model of this computer unit, no display, no stand, nothing, just the computer unit, will be £6,999. And that's for the very base specs. If you're actually looking to upgrade to the top specs, you could be looking at paying something around £40,000. So it's either buying this computer or perhaps buying a Tesla Model 3. It's up to you.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
So what better to call it than X?
So the Pro Display XDR. Now, it's kind of following the same design language as the Mac Pro. It's got those same kind of cheese grater gratings on the back, which supposedly help with airflow. But it just looks like a really nice display. I mean, it looks amazing. It's almost completely bezel-less, a 32-inch display, and you can get the display in either a matte or glossy finish depending on what you want. The matte is obviously going to be better in extreme lighting conditions, but it's £1,000 more expensive. So there you go.
So as mentioned previously, the display is roughly 32 inches, 31.6 to be exact. What makes it so amazing is actually it's not even 4K. I mean, most displays are 1080p on laptops, but this one is 6K resolution, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, things on this display will look practically three-dimensional if you're looking at certain image files. In terms of brightness, another amazing thing is that this computer display can maintain a brightness of 1000 nits indefinitely, according to Apple. And this is made possible by some sort of advanced cooling system, which is why they have so many of those holes on the back of the display. In terms of max brightness, you can probably get up to 1600 nits, which is also a plus side. Although, if you're worried about your eyes being damaged, on normal applications like Safari, the display will only run at 500 nits. Only on HDR content will it run at 1000 nits. One of the main things about this display is actually the amazing 1,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio. Now, this will literally make looking at photos so much different from what you've seen before. You'll be able to see highlights and things that which you'd never be able to see on other displays. So if you're a really hardcore photo editor or something on that lines, this product will be absolutely amazing for you. Obviously, on this display, unfortunately, there's no web camera, so you can't do Skype calls and things like that. But the people that this is aimed towards, probably more professionals, probably won't be doing Skype calls halfway through the day.
The stand, now, this is a pretty controversial topic, but that stand that comes, if you want to buy it as an add-on, it's £999, which is just absolutely crazy. And, obviously loads of other people are going to be making stands which you can buy, which are going to be like, in the range of £50 maybe, which is a reasonable price for a stand. If you want the glossy display, it will cost you £4,999. If you want the matte version, it's £5,999, but that's without the stand. So if you want the stand, it's £1,000 more. With the stand, obviously it's going to be a nice stand for £1,000. It allows you to tilt the display into portrait mode. Apparently it feels like it's weightless when you're moving the display around because of the mechanism of the hinge. So it's obviously going to be a very nice stand.
In my opinion, the display, even though it may seem overpriced, even with the stand, say you paid £6,000 because you bought the £5,000 display and the £1,000 stand, this is a very, very professional display. It's 6K resolution, and anything equivalent to this, which they use in cinematography and other applications like this, you could easily pay £30,000 for. So in my opinion, the display is totally worth it with the stand. In terms of the computer, it can be an absolute beast if you want it to be. And I'm not questioning in any way that the computer isn't a beast of a computer and isn't an absolute powerhouse. But what I am questioning is whether you could build a similar unit running Windows, for example, for a fraction of the cost maybe. Now, the actual components will cost a lot of money, but perhaps you could do this for less money. Of course, if you want to run Mac OS, then you will have to buy this particular unit and you will have to pay the premium price. You're definitely not wasting your money though. It is going to satisfy you, whoever you are. It's an amazing computer. So that's it from us at R2D Tech. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, you might want to hit the thumbs up button. And if you really liked it and want to check out some of our other content, you might want to hit the subscribe button below.